Everybody, it's Darren here. It's been a couple weeks since my last video, probably 3, but it's been about a month since I was going to do the follow-up to my Canadian content. So I'm going to do from G to M today, some of M. I didn't get through all of M, so here we go. We're going to start back here. If you hear the jingling, that's my container that I got him sitting in. First one up, Gorguts. Colored Sands, double 180 gram vinyl, classic death metal at its finest. Came out in I think 2015. Great album. If I remember correctly, these are colored. I got very little on my phone that I can do, so I'm gonna run through these kind of fast. And then when I do breakdowns, I'll do certain albums and stuff like that, and I'll really take them apart and show you the insides and everything. So this is a gatefold, double vinyl. Like I said, I believe it's a sand-colored vinyl. Next one up is, now my tastes in this are gonna go all over the place for these Canadian contents. That one was death metal. Now I got Gordon Lightfoot. Folk, classic guitar, great stuff. I've loved Gordon Lightfoot ever since I can remember. I have this one, Don Quixote. I have Sundown. I have Gord's Gold. Well, there's a light, so that to do that. Yeah, Gord's Gold. And and just that, I must have not pulled them all out. Okay, so that was some of my Gordon Lightfoot collection, and I think I got about 3 or 4 more. Next one up, great band. If you're a Canadian, you know these guys. My buddy does lights for these guys, and sound and everything. I went to high school with. If you are into Canadian music, heavy metal, hard rock, classic rock, everything, you'll know these guys. Gatto. That is Pretty Bad Boys. Standard vinyl, black. This one, I believe, is their first album. Just simply titled Gatto. Great band. Another one. If indeed it is lonely at the top, who cares? It's lonely at the bottom too. That's Gatto. And Act of Gatto. And it's the same guys throughout everything. Every album, Gatto's been together, I think, 35, almost 37 years. It's always been the same guys. Never been anybody different. Best seat in the house. And there they are, Gino Scarpelli. Forget the drummer's name. Can't remember. And Greg Godovitz, of course. I'm doing a disservice to the band by saying I forget the drummer's name. I'm sorry, bud. That was my Gatto. Now, this guy is singing for Styx now. He's done his own stuff. He was big 80s music, and now he sings, for a 70s, 80s icon band, Styx. And that is Lawrence Gowan, or simply entitled Gowan. Great album. Moonlight Desires, awesome song. This one, that's his first one, or no, that's the second one, I believe. This is his first one, I think, Strange Animal. This one's got Criminal Mind on it, and You're a Strange Animal. Great, I think those are his 3 classic songs that everybody knows. Next up is my Helix collection. I've got Walking on a Razor's Edge. Down in there somewhere, I have No Rest for the Wicked. Somehow I got 2 copies of Wild in the Streets. I think one is because I think I got it cheap, and it was in better shape. Yeah, this one was the one I paid $1 for, and it's in 10 times better shape than I think I paid $5 for that one. Next up, and I have Helix, Long Way to Heaven too. I think this one's the Kids Are All Shaking. I think This was a good album, but not as good as the earlier stuff. I mean, I've been a Helix fan, ever since I was a kid. I like Helix. I've always liked Helix. I like most of the stuff they put out. Good hard rockin' band. Mostly known for their 80s stuff, I believe. They were really popular in the 80s. They toured with everybody. Another good band, these are local guys actually, just from down the highway there, is Honeymoon Suite. I have all 3 of their albums, although I don't have them here in the bin. I have all 3 of their albums. I guess I didn't, like I said, I didn't pull them all out. But yeah, Honeymoon Suite's another great guitar, hard rock, pop. They had everything involved in their stuff. But good band. They're a really good band. I think as the older I get, the more I appreciate bands like that, as opposed to when I was in high school and it was all Razor, Metallica, and Slayer, and Exciter. But now now that I get older, I'm enjoying classic rock even more so than everything else. Another band, I believe these guys were from Vancouver, if I'm not mistaken, out west somewhere, and they are Harlequin. I was sitting around the house here one night, my buddy brought his iPod over, and the song popped in. I'm like, I know that song. And then I did some, he said, yeah, it's Harlequin, and I did some research on it, and then I found out they had a couple albums out, so I picked it up. And this album, this is just fabulous record. It's got Innocence. I think it's that one. No, it's the other one that has. What song has it got on here? That's really good. It Did It for Love. Great song. Yeah, just really great stuff. Next up is. I only have 3 albums by this band. I have all 3 of the vinyl ones, but I haven't got their stuff on CD, and that is Into Eternity. Now, I don't know if anybody has heard Tim Roth before on guitar. Man, that guy is friggin' amazing. Just an awesome, awesome shredder. And I believe the singer, which I do not know his name, sings for Iced Earth now. His name escapes me. I know it is, but the name escapes me. And this is on the Century Media label and War on Music label too. They distribute it. I have that one, Buried Oblivion, which is a good album, and Dead or Dreaming. If I'm going too fast, sorry. I'm got a stack of them here, and I'm pressed for time. So, Kick-Axe. West Coast metal, pop, or not pop, hairband, great stuff, heavy metal shuffle, Vices. This is a fabulous album from start to finish. Can't say enough about it. It's just a great record. Maneater, just great songs on there. This is the last one that they had on vinyl before George left the band, I think, because the new singer, I think, is on the latest album, which I don't have. And then I have Rock the World as well. Now, this guy, everybody knows this guy. If it's not for him, his solo stuff, it's when he was in his previous band. And that'd be Kim Mitchell and Max Webster. This is Kim Mitchell stuff, Rockland. Just straightforward, great rock and roll. Just sit down, drink beer, and sit in your backyard and enjoy the summer. Just drink and just throw out some Kim Mitchell. Go for a soda. Just all sorts of stuff like that. Get Lucky. In My Shoes, Atlanta Loves Me. Patio Lanterns. Just great stuff. And that's Shaken Like a Human Being. This one is, I believe, his first album. And it's only an EP. It's a 5-song EP. Kids in Action, Misdemeanor. Big Best Summer, Tennessee Water, and Chain Events. Yeah, this was his first one, first EP, I believe. I can't remember where it came out. Now this one was the big one, I think, that set him up. Go for a Soda, That's a Man. Diary of a Rock and Roll, a Man. Akimbo, a Logo. And I have this version, and I have the OPP version. Notice the OPP on his hat. So yeah, it's the same album, only 2 different album covers. Next up is a band I just recently started getting into. I wanted to check them out, but this is the first one I've ever really tried. Klaatu. 73, this band came out. They put out, I think, 5 records. Progressive, really obscure, progressive hard rock, whatever. Great stuff. And then the next 5, I believe, or 4, are Loverboy. Just some great 80s hard rock. Turn Me Loose is their big hit. I remember my mom telling me about that, and I ended up picking the album up because it was so cool. Now, these guys are friggin' amazing. Local, St. Catharines, right from where I am, punk band. They're called The Lucky Ones. This one came with, this is on Stumble Records, which Steve Stumble lives here in the city. This is on purple vinyl, same color as that. And came with the CD as well. So I have the CD in my van. Pretty cool. The next 3 are my Lee Aaron. Now this one took me forever to find. Metal Queen. Great record. Great record. Call of the Wild. And then this one you know what? I bought this for $1 and never listened to it. I was more into the heavier stuff. I know as she went on later on, it got lighter and lighter. The next pile, Max Webster. High Class and Borrowed Shoes. Million Vacations. Hangover, which I'd never seen this one before. And I bought it. It was actually given to me, actually. It's beat up. It's beat. But I'm looking for a better copy. Mutiny Up My Sleeve. Mutiny Up My Sleeve. Bad copy. Extremely good copy. Live Magnetic Error. Can't remember what this one was called. This was just called Max Webster. And, of course, Universal Juveniles. That is my Canadian content from, what was it? G to M. You might want to go back and slow it down a bit and go through it. I had my helper here, my youngest daughter Trinity. She's grabbing all my records and piling them off over there for me. So yeah, that's it. G to M or F to M or whatever the heck it was. I can't remember. Anyways.